Hi, this is Christina Dubois-Nugent coming to you with a new discussion on a particular tool that I really like. If you go into trades under Edit, Create, what you'll see is backtesting with Greeks. Now, backtesting with Greeks gives you the ability to see some detail at the specific Greek level, whether it's theta you're focused on, vega, gamma, or the delta. But it also lets you see how the trade did day by day through the life of the trade. Now, to get started on that conversation, I'm going to first look at a trade that we looked at in February this year on Walmart. It was a butterfly that was put on the 17th of February of 2015. Then we're going to see how it progresses through the life of the trade. So it was a real short-term trade expiring the 4th week of February. So you can see it's basically a 10-day trade opportunity. The trade characteristics of, or the quantity or size of it, was an 18 by 36 by 18 trade. So it was a very inexpensive trade because at the end of the day it cost $720 for 18 contracts, and at least at one point of the trade, mid-quote, natural, optimistic. Now that's something that you may not have seen before. That's in general settings. You can actually not just look at mid-quote, but you can also look at worst case scenario, which is natural, and that's worst case scenario we would have made 92% return. Best case scenario was almost 200% return, and mid-quote level for a pretty active open interest option was over 100% return. But again, the discussion here is looking at the what-if analysis. Now, after I've looked at a particular trade at a certain level, I like to go just straight from there and go under Trades, Edit, Create Trades, scroll over to Backtesting with Greeks, and it will pick up the trade that I'm looking at. I am dated back on the date of, I believe, 2/24. So if you want to backtest and look at exactly the date I'm looking for at, is 2/24/2015. And it has more of a history than even my backtest date, because at the end of the day it's showing it actually expired on 2/27, so that's the last valid date, and I'm going to make sure that's correct by looking at 2/27. Yes, and 2/27, if you had the nerves of steel to be able to go all the way to that day, it shows some really nice profit potential. But understand the bid-ask spreads really widen up often on that last trading day, so this isn't necessarily a completely accurate representation of the money that you could have made. But from the date of 2/17, when we entered the trade, clearly we could have entered the trade because the next day it was showing a loss. Then you can see the profit growth and the profit change for the trade in general. So what I want you to take away from this is that you can go into the backtesting with Greeks and go in. Let's see if I hit back. Oops. You can actually go in, and let me do that again. By going into backtesting with Greeks, it allows you to see the history at a 10,000 foot view and also as a deeper view. So I'm going to go in and pick up that particular trade again.
I think what we can do.
So let me pick that up again. So, and again, you want to set it to the time period that you're really living through that particular example. So this is good then. Actually, I got bumped out here for a little bit, and then I'm going to put it through the end date. And again, in this case, I'm not even backtested as of this recording, but it is showing me the history of this particular trade. So when I go in and take a look at that, again, you're looking at the same information now at a more detailed level. Let's make sure I'm looking at this. Oh, and this is actually in a 1 lot. Let me show it to you as on a 18 lot. So it's same profit potential per contract. I'm just wanting to show you at a position size of a trade that's about $1,000 or less. So here's the detail that you can see, and this gives me even a little bit more information. Actually, that's not even, is that the same trade? Yeah. So here is another version of it. So let's just say that this is another version of it where you can see profit potentials here as well. So I wanted to share with you backtesting with Greeks. I think it's a fantastic tool to zero in a bit and really focus in on understanding how to read at the 10,000 foot level, and then you can scroll down and it'll actually give it to you by leg. Now I think it's easier to see it on a risk graph than actually look at the leg. Obviously you're going to have winning legs and losing legs, that's how it works, but it does give you the sell leg value and the buy leg value throughout the entire trade. But I like to focus on the top part. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight on backtesting with the Greeks. Thanks guys, have a blessed day.